Hello, it's Miss Ferguson again, and this will be our second video for English Composition 1. This particular video will be overviewing our syllabi, and I have it formatted in a slideshow form, but I will also be referencing our more hard copy kind of Microsoft Word document version of the syllabi for your reference as well. So I have this slideshow version of our syllabus if you want to reference it later. If you look at our Canvas website right here, I wanted to make sure you knew where to find this. If you look below week 1, go and look underneath module 3, and it's right here. It's letter A. Okay, and this is our PowerPoint version if you want to reference this and print it out or just, save it on your laptop. Okay, so let's go back to our slideshow. First, I just wanted to give you some more information about myself since we're going to be spending the next few weeks together. I am originally from Jones County. I was born in Ellisville, Mississippi. Most of you probably know that particular area because of Jones College. I lived there up until around 1997, and I actually attended Jones College for a year, and then I later transferred to Mississippi State. And I attended Mississippi State for my undergraduate as well as my graduate degrees. After I graduated, I actually worked as a lecturer at Mississippi State, and then I also worked at several community colleges as an adjunct instructor. And you'll notice I have those listed right here. I worked adjunct at Meridian Community College, East Mississippi Community College, and then also I worked full-time for a year at Hines Community College. And then back in 2004, I did transfer to Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, and I've been an instructor here ever since then. Just some basic information just about my personal life. I've been married for almost 17 years. I've been a college instructor for 18, and I'm a wife and mother to 2 boys who are 10 and 12. If you ever need to contact me outside of class, I do have my email addresses listed here. I know sometimes our college network can have issues, whether it's Canvas or our college email. So if you ever need to contact me, if those particular emails or contact devices are not working, you have 3 email addresses that you can contact me through. And also a telephone number. If you'd like to call me, you can call and leave a message, and it will be sent to my cell phone. I do want to take note that you're going to notice right here, I have a Gmail account. If you also have a Gmail account, you're going to notice that we can schedule a Google Hangout. I'm going to go to a later slide. You're going to notice I have highlighted in yellow. I have several virtual kind of office hours. If you would like during those times to do a Google Hangout with me, again, you just go through your Gmail and you can find one of the options to do a Google Hangout, and you can basically just call me using your email to my email, and we can talk about any questions or concerns that you may have about the course. If you would rather, though, meet actually in person, I do have these other office hours listed, and you can actually physically come to my office, but we will need to socially distance during this time. If you're looking for my physical office, you're going to notice right here, I am located on the Jackson County campus, and right now my office is located in the STEM building, and I have a map here for you of the Jackson County campus if you need it. Notice this 1314, it's kind of a combination of the math and science departments now. I'm more on the 14 side, and my room number is on 123, which is on the first floor, and that is my office. And again, you can find me in my office during these times, and virtually you can contact me through Google Hangouts because I want to answer your questions. Okay, let's continue on. Now, I know many of you want to know what we're going to be doing this semester, so I have kind of an overview of our assignments. Okay, you're going to notice they're listed here, but also if you go on our Canvas page, I have this underneath Module 3, and again, this is under Week 1. I have syllabus methods of evaluation. Those are also listed right here, so you can know all the assignments we're going to be doing this semester as well as their weights. Okay, and let me go back to our assignments. Now, you're going to notice what I've done with the assignments. I've kind of, each assignment as we, complete them, there's a little bit of a description about each of them. I'm not going to necessarily go through each of these blatantly because I think that would be really boring, but I do want you to know there's kind of a slide for many of your assignments. Just to kind of overview, you're going to notice that you do have some kind of professional writing assignments. One of the first things that you're going to be doing during week 1 is you're going to be assigned to write an email to an instructor. I really want you to learn how to communicate professionally and to have netiquette, which is etiquette in your online communication. And you're going to learn how to do that with your email to the instructor. It can be an email to me, or it can be an email to another college instructor, and you can CC me to that. And I'm going to give you some instruction of kind of my expectations, and then you're going to actually compose that email and send it to either me or that other instructor. You're also going to have 2 online discussions. I do want to ensure that you learn how to effectively compose an online discussion, okay, and that it's formally written, and that of course it's appropriate, and if you respond to one of your classmates' discussion posts, that you're respectful in the manner you do so. So again, those are going to be some ways that you learn how to write in a professional academic setting. A little bit later in the semester, you're also going to be writing some professional writings of a cover letter, a resume, as well as a visual resume, and I hope these will help you in your future job search. Now, this is English composition, so of course that means that ultimately, okay, you are going to have to compose, okay, some writings. You're going to notice that we do not have tests, we have test essays, like right here listed, okay. Now, test essays, you have 4 of those this semester. You are actually going to first start with a diagnostic essay, and I kind of overview that on this slide. The literacy narrative. This initially, the first draft will be a diagnostic essay where I essentially give you a hypothetical grade of if this had been a real assignment, this would be the grade that you would receive on it. Okay, I'm going to give you feedback and tips to improve, and also compliments on what you did great. And you're going to turn that in as a diagnostic essay in about a week. Okay, and then later you're going to revise that essay and complete it for a final draft, and that will be for a grade. Okay, now later you're going to have essentially several other test essays. You're going to have an example illustration essay, a comparison and contrast essay, and a career narrative. And then a little bit later, you're going to be doing an argumentative essay, which will actually act as your final essay. You're not going to have a final exam. You're going to have a final essay. Now, those test essays and the argumentative final essay, those are going to be written in MLA, Modern Language Association documentation. And as you can see laid out here, these are the percentages for those grades. Now, we've been asked as the School of Language Arts to introduce students to another type of research style writing. So what I'm going to do is we're going to be doing an APA abstract. APA stands for American Psychological Association. If you're taking psychology or, possibly nursing or history courses, you may be asked to write in that particular style. So we're going to do a very short assignment called an abstract, which is a summary. And that is just so you can learn the difference between APA and MLA documentation. Okay, so I wanted you to kind of get a feel of all of these assignments. Now you're going to notice with these assignments, I have kind of an individual slide that overviews them. Okay, again, I kind of list the essays, the test essays, their worth, also submission. Okay, you do need to submit your essays via Canvas and make sure they're in Microsoft Word or Microsoft 360 or Google Docs. Okay, you can even save them as a PDF if you want to. Just ensure that they're saved in a correct manner. And I will let you know if your file does not open and ask you to resend it to me. This is the rubric that I will be using to grade your essays this semester. So please ensure that you kind of take a glance at this so you know my expectations. And this is just not my expectations. This was the language arts expectations. This is the rubric that we use in the whole department. And again, this will be the rubric for all of your essays as far as grading it. I know many of you want to know about extra credit. Okay, as far as extra credit this semester, okay, I will be giving some small extra credit opportunities, maybe some grammar worksheets that you're going to have with, some of your essay assignments. If I see you have a lot of run-ons or comma slices or fragments or subject-verb agreement, I may email you some worksheets that you can complete, and then you can send them back for some extra credit, or I may ask you to do some grammar exercises. But as far as on-campus extra credit, The only thing that we really have available is you can actually take your graded test essays, which that would be 4 essays, and you can take your graded essay to see one of our English lab instructors. At the Jackson County campus, we have Mr. Filipoff. His name is Ivan Filipoff. You can call and make an appointment or email him. We now have available through Jackson County more of a WebEx kind of setting, because if, with our current situation with COVID, you may want to meet with Mr. Filipoff via WebEx. That's fine. You would just need to be able to share your graded essay. You could scan it to him or share it with him, some file type, so he can view the grade and the rubric with the grade on it. And then he will give you some grammar instruction and just tips to, just as a whole, strengthen your writing. Then he will send a little slip of paper, and it will give verification of the tutoring, or you'll send an email verification, and then you need to send that to me to verify the tutoring, and then I will add the 5 points to your test essay. And you can do that with 3 of your test essays this semester. I do have more information about your online discussions. There's going to be 2 of those. You need to make sure to post those, and again, follow the rules of good online discussion post writing, which we'll talk about during week 1. This is the rubric that I'll use to grade your online discussions. You will have 4 grammar quizzes this semester. This is an English class, so we do have to learn some grammar. There's 4 units. The first unit is going to be on parts of speech. Okay. The second unit is going to be on run-ons and comma splices. The third unit is on fragments. And finally, the 4th unit is on subject-verb agreement and pronoun antecedent agreement. You're going to have, in those units, notes. You're going to have just little small handouts that you can reference, as well as videos, lectures, websites. Make sure to look at all of that before you take the quizzes. Now, you'll have 4 grammar quizzes, and with each of those grammar quizzes, you'll have a week to take them, and you can take them up to 3 times, and your highest score on the grammar quiz will be the grade that you receive on it. But again, I highly encourage you, look at all the information that I have provided in the modules before you take the quiz. I can usually tell those students who just take the quiz blindly because their scores are usually low. And these are for grades, so you want to make sure to do your best. Okay. Now, as far as your professional writing, again, that's, those, writings you would use in a professional setting, whether it's on the job or in the school. We're going to do the cover letter, the resume, and the visual resume. And you're going to notice a lot of your test essays this semester, with the exception of the literacy narrative, they're going to be hopefully essays that help you in your future decisions educationally and also professionally. I hope these are going to be worthwhile assignments. Okay. And again, I have rubrics for each of those assignments, the cover letter, the resume, as well as the visual resume. And as I mentioned, the APA abstract, you're going to learn about APA documentation, and you're going to write that small 3-page assignment. And again, your final is not a test. It is going to be an essay. And you will be required to submit that argumentative final essay in a proctored setting. That means you will need to make an appointment ahead of schedule for a possibility of 3 days, okay? And you're going to schedule a day. I would probably schedule at least about maybe 2 hours that you can allocate to go to a proctored testing center and actually submit your argumentative final essay in that particular setting. I'm going to give you more information a little bit later on the 3 days that you need to schedule possibly your proctored setting. Again, it would likely be a testing center here on our campus, or maybe at another college. But again, I'll give you more information on scheduling your proctored exam, but do understand it is required. This is not something that you can just avoid. And don't wait until the week of to schedule it, because you won't be able to make those schedules. Okay, but we'll discuss that further. I do want to mention reasonable accommodation. If any of you have any type of physical or learning disabilities, you need to contact Darla Lyons, okay, so she can register you and email your instructor, so we know any accommodations we need to make to help with your learning environment to make it more rewarding and for you to succeed. As far as attendance, you have to participate. Turn in those assignments on time. If for some reason something happens and you can't submit assignments, you need to contact me as soon as possible so I know what's going on. And overall, do your work. Okay, don't submit someone else's work as your own. Okay, you need to do your own work and learn from it. And you are going to be submitting your assignments through Turnitin, and it will show any cheated or borrowed language. And as a whole, just remember, check the syllabus before you contact me. Thank you very much.